Hi everyone, Jennifer Blevin-Smith with Integral Clinic Solutions, and you're watching my YouTube channel, Navigating the Business of Medicine. Today I want to talk about you don't know what you don't know. And you might be giggling because you'll be like, yep, that's so true. I don't know what I don't know. And I'm watching your videos and I'm learning so much of things that I didn't even think about or know existed or that I needed to take care of for opening a practice or running a practice. And then some of you might be like, I don't even understand what you're saying. You don't know what you don't know. So I'm just going to briefly explain it. I was working with a provider the other day who recently opened her own internal medicine practice. And she's been open since the beginning of May, so about 3 full months now. And she is just looking back going, oh my gosh, it's been a whirlwind. I thought this was going to be a lot easier than it has been. I've learned so much. I've, stumbled so much. I've made errors. I have messed up, but I've corrected it. And it's because I didn't know what I didn't know. And it's so true. And bless her heart, she works really hard. She's very organized. She's very bright. She's a good business person. She loves patients. She's definitely doing this for the right reasons. And she's just going, I didn't know that I didn't know so many things. And I said, that's not your fault. At the end of the day, you're a doctor. You are trained to take care of people, and nobody expects you to know how to run a business, all the administrative stuff that goes into healthcare and to starting a practice. And I'm not going to lie, there are so many doctors out there I have come across that go, I thought it was going to be really easy. I thought I just needed to do this and I needed to do that and I needed to do this. And there's not a lot of resources out there. And so I didn't know. And I'm like, I know, that's why I do my YouTube channels, because I try to spread the awareness. I'm trying to help you know things that you wouldn't necessarily know because you're just out of school and they don't teach you, or you've always worked for an entity that takes care of it for you and it's never been an issue because it was really none of your business. You were there to treat patients, right? And it can be very overwhelming, and it's not as easy as people think. There's so many regulatory and compliance and moving parts, and you think you get done with one thing and it's like, oh wait, nope, you still have something else to do. What? I didn't even know that existed. Yeah, I know, that's why I'm here to help you. So if you're looking at starting a practice, whether you're a doctor, you're a mid-level, you're an ancillary provider, it is good to do your due diligence ahead of time. Watch as many YouTube videos as you can. If you can hire a consultant to help you, someone like me or other people there, I know there's a lot of resources out there. Please do so, because again, you don't know what you don't know. And you might be the most brilliant doctor, provider. You might be very good at that job. It doesn't mean anything about you personally that you're not smart, that you're not capable. It's just the reality. Like, none of us know everything about everything. That's just impossible. But that's why you find the right people that you can lean on to be the experts in certain areas, so that you can trust them and they can lead you and guide you so that you can learn it. And then you can be like, okay, good. Yep, now I'm ready. Okay, I'm feeling good about myself. But I felt so bad for her because she literally said, I didn't know what I didn't know. And I started giggling and I said, I'm not laughing at you, but you're not the first doctor who started a practice that has told me that. And it's not the first time that I have actually said that. I have other videos where I'm like, you don't know what you don't know. You think you know it all, but you don't, because there's just so many aspects to this industry, and it's always changing, and it's always showing something else. And oh, you did this, well now you have to do this. What do you mean? Yeah, but if you would have done it this way, you wouldn't have to do it this way. What? I didn't know that there was a choice that it would affect it. I know, but if you would have had me, or if you would have looked into it a little bit further. But who has time to do all of that, right? So hiring an expert, somebody who's well versed, somebody who's familiar, somebody who's ran practices, someone who stays up on compliance, somebody who is aware of the industry standards and expectations, is only going to benefit you. And I know it's money out of your pocket. And when you're a startup or you're an infancy type stage of a practice, it gets really hard with finances. And you just want to see patients, right? You're like, how hard can it be? I just schedule a patient, I see the patient, I send the claim, I get paid. And I wish it was that easy. It used to be closer to being that easy, Sometimes it is, but there's so many different factors. What if you need an authorization? What if you need a referral? What if the patient wasn't registered correctly? What if you didn't code things correctly? What if you missed billing out something, a service? You're leaving money on the table. Who's going to work those rejected claims at the clearinghouse? Who's going to work those denied claims? Who's going to send the appeal if you need an appeal? Who's going to chase down the patient when they need to pay their bills because they had patient responsibility and they're just not paying when they get their statements? Who's going to send them to collections? Who's going to train your staff? Who's going to make sure you're staying up to compliance when it comes to your credit card payments? Who's going to make sure you're staying up to compliance with HIPAA, with security and privacy and your IT system? And who's going to help load all of your information and set up your EMR system? And who's going to make sure that you have policies and procedures in place? And who's going to make sure that you have an HR manual set up for your employee handbook? And who's going to make sure that your payroll is set up correctly? And who's going to make sure that you're paying your taxes? Who's going to reconcile your bank account for the payments coming in from the insurance companies? And who and who and who and what and what and what? Right? I mean, those are just things that I just can spit out because I've done this so much, right? And this doesn't even go into the little nitty gritty stuff of, oh, if you did this, then you need to do an ERISA because of this. And if you did that, you need to do this. And it's just, whew, it makes me tired just talking about it. So it's okay that you don't know what you don't know. The biggest factor in this is making sure that you have people around you who can help you know the things you don't know, and that you trust them, and that you listen to them, and that you learn from them, and that you don't think you know better, and that you don't think you can do it better, but you collaborate and work as a team and you get it done. Because at the end of the day, it's about the patients, and it's about serving your patients. It's about keeping them safe and making some money to be able to keep seeing patients. And that's really what it's about. So if you can find people who can help you and guide you, and maybe one person isn't very good in this area, but they're good in other areas, you can find someone who can help you in the area they're a little weak. Or maybe you'd be willing to do some extra research and get strong in that area to complement where this person is strong, right? I mean, it's a team effort. It takes a village. It really does. I commend providers who try to do it all themselves or only have like one staff member that helps do it with them. It's very difficult and you have to be very on top of it and you have to be very dedicated. It's doable, but I don't recommend it, of course. But I also don't recommend like stretching yourself too thin and over hiring and having too high of overheads and commitments to people's wages when it just comes down to really being able to understand operations, workflows, cross training, stuff like that. So you don't know what you don't know, and it's okay. And it's okay to admit it, and it's okay to grow, and it's okay to hire people to take care of it for you as long as you're still involved and making sure that things are getting done ultimately. So, all right. I hope this didn't overwhelm you. I hope it didn't scare you off from starting your own practice. It's definitely doable, but it's the reality. So smash the thumbs up button if you felt this video was helpful. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, please, please. And share this with any of your colleagues whom you might be going into business with, or you know who is trying to open a practice, or maybe just opened a practice and they're feeling overwhelmed. Please share this video with them. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.